Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've got something a little bit different today. It's a new product that's on the market. It's KeraSnow Candle Wax Granules. I haven't opened the box yet, so I haven't got a clue what they look like. It's paraffin wax. I don't think they do a soy wax version or a vegetable wax version. But it's a blend of refined paraffin wax and oleochemicals, which I'm not sure what. I was supposed to look that up, but I forgot. I will look it up, and if I remember, I will put a description in the video of what it is. There's no melting required. Oh, I'm just going to cut this. I always have trouble with boxes. Yeah. You just put the wick into your containers. Pour the KeraSnow over the top and light your wick. So in the box we have their little card. And this is the KeraSnow. I've only ordered a 100-gram sample just to have a look, see what it's like. I mean, I don't really want it for candles, because I don't really make candles like that, but I'm going to try it with wax melts today. But I will show you what it looks like in a container. It's just very small granules of wax, and you can see that there. So we'll have a go at that. You can add fragrance to this KeraSnow. They recommend 3 to 5% to start with, and adjusting gradually to your personal preference up to a maximum of 8%. You can add colour dye to this too, but they recommend a powder or a liquid dye. And so I'll get my things together, and I'll get a container with a wick in. It's not going to be obviously what I'm going to use, because I haven't got any wicks for paraffin wax, because I don't usually use it. But I'll put a wick in a jar, and I'll fill up the jar, and we'll see what it looks like. What I thought I'd do, I won't even stick the wick in, it's just to show you what it looks like in the jar. This isn't like I say, this isn't a wax for a wick for paraffin wax, but it's all I've got. So I'll just place that in there, and I'll pour this in just so you can see what it looks like. I wouldn't have a clue how you would ship these. You'd obviously have to put the wax with the fragrance in a packet or something, with the jar and the wick in ready to go, and then the customer just has to pour in the wax when it gets to them. Because this is, I mean, just imagine I've put the fragrance in and the colour if you want colour. I don't usually put colour in if I do make candles, but I think that should be enough for a minute. This is just to show you. And that's literally all you do. And because it's paraffin wax, you haven't got to wait for it to cure. You can light it right away. Obviously trim your wick down. Light it right away and off you go. How simple is that? Alright, it's not much fun because you don't get to do the melting and everything else, but if you want to make candles at home, as long as you get the right wick for the size of your jar, which usually takes a lot of testing, but they do give you recommendations on most websites. And there we are. That's all you do. And the wax melts as it goes. So there, that's the candle. And now I'm going to go and try and make some, well, it's not actually going to be wax, well, I suppose it is going to be wax melts, but it's going to be KeraSnow wax melts. We'll have a go at that. I've poured it back into my bag. I just wanted to show you in the bottom of the glass, if you can see it. It actually does look like snow. So I can see why they called it KeraSnow. Tiny bits of wax. Right, we'll get on with the wax melts. Right, what I've done is I've measured out 20 grams of the KeraSnow. I was going to put it in these little pots because I can usually get 20 grams of wax into these, but I could only get about 12. I suppose because it's not melted down, and the air in between, it's taking up more room. And in these pots, I usually get about 60 grams. But I've put just 20 in there. I'm going to add some red dye just to see how it takes the dye. This dye is from Randall's Candles. I do like their dyes actually, they're quite nice. I'll try one for a minute, see how that goes. Let's move you out of the way. Oh, somebody did ask me where I got my scales from, and actually they did say, let me get a lid to shake it. What have I done with my lids? Oh, bring them. Oh no, I haven't, that's the small lids. Right, just a minute, I'll be back. Right, I've got the lids. Wasn't organised to have to use the big containers. Actually, I'll put 2 drops in there, and I'm going to use 8% of the full percentage that you can put into this wax with the fragrance. I'm going to use about 1.6, but I'm not going to measure it out. I've got a little pipette here, which I can measure 1.5, so that will be okay. Mils and grams, I find usually works out very similar. If I just do 1.5, that'll do. Put that in there. This is rhubarb and strawberry. Thought I'd use rhubarb and strawberry because I know what it's like for the scent throw. With my normal wax, put the lid on securely, and we say just to give it a shake around. Oh, gone quite red. I put 2 drops in there, didn't I? Might have got away with just 1. That's all you do, apparently. I didn't think that was going to mix like that, but it has. You don't have to put dye in if you don't want, you just put your fragrance in. Right, my camera shut off then for some reason. I'm getting some strange noises in this house and then my camera just shuts off. Alright, give it a good shake. Open it up carefully. And that's what it looks like. That's what you just spoon it into your warmer then. Light a candle underneath. And off you go. I'll show you it melted a bit later. So that's the rhubarb and strawberry. And that's with the Randall's Candles liquid dye. So I'll try a different one now. Oh, I've just broke. No, I didn't. I thought I broke it. So we'll get on and try another one. Right, the last fragrance was from Candle Shack. This time I'm going to try one from... my brain's gone. Brain's not working today. Supplies for Candles. Measure out 20 grams again. I should be able to get, oh yeah, I'll get five different fragrances out of this to try. There's 20 grams. If you spill it, it's very messy, put it that way. Because I spilled some just now, it went everywhere. Right, this is the, I'm going to use baby powder from Supplies for Candles. This is quite a popular fragrance. Oh, they put bungs in the top of the bottles and I can never get them out. That one's in tough. Let me use a spoon. I was going to use scissors, but then I thought about it not, because knowing me, I stabbed myself. Very accident prone lately. Maybe we won't be using baby powder because I can't get the lid off. Oh my word. I'm going to split it now. My house would be stinking of baby powder. I can't get it off. What is it with me lately? I can't open boxes, I can't open the fragrance oils. Oh my word, right. We won't be using that one for a minute. I'll go and pick another one. Right, I've actually got the lid off. I was determined to use baby powder. I'm going to put in some liquid dye from Craftivator this time. See how that goes. I'm not so keen on this liquid dye as the Randall's candles. But should be okay if I give it a good shake. It's a lot thicker than the Randall's candles one. So we shall see how this one goes. Right, now my thing's turned off. No, not that I need that, do I? So I'm going to use the pipette. Oh my god, my brain's not with it today. It's my age. Right. Let's get some baby powder fragrance oil in there. It's got my little pipette again. I'm going up to about 1.5 mils. Should use grams, but this is just to an average for about 8% fragrance oil. Put that in there. I haven't got gloves on today, so I'm going to be stinking of baby oil now. Baby powder. It's all over me. Can't even get into the dye now. I got it. Yep. Couple drops of this. See how much thicker it is than the last one. So see how this mixes up since it's thicker. Get a lid, one of them the lids. Put the lid on, move the scales. Make sure the lid's on tight. Give it a mix. This one's not mixing as well, as you can see. It's those dyes, they're not as liquidy as the Randall's Candles ones. You'll have to wait a minute, Oz. This is the ones I used in my other video with the wax melts and it didn't disperse very well. So yeah, if you want any liquid dyes, I do recommend the Randall's Candles ones, but I don't really recommend the Craftivator ones. It's even got a big lump in there, look. I don't know if you can see it. Which is not mixing up. So I wouldn't recommend the Craftivator liquid dyes with this KeraSnow. You've learned something today. I'll keep shaking, see if it does. I mean, it has coloured them. Pink, nice pink. I don't know if that's mixed now. No, I think it's still in there. Just let Ozzy it. Come on, quickly. It's not warm out there. He thinks it's warm because the sun's out, but it's quite chilly. Right, let's see. Get one of these sticks. No, see, you can see it's gone into little balls. That's strange. It hasn't dispersed very well at all. I wonder if I can mix it in. Break up those little balls. They've gone like hard little balls. Well, not hard, but... So yeah, I won't be using the Craftivator dies with the KeraSnow if I carry on using it. I'm going to make a mess now, aren't I? I'm the queen of mess. Yeah, it's just not mixing in properly. Yes. I'm not keen on those. They're okay if you mix in the dye into hot wax. But to do any effects like I did with those little flower wax melts, if you've seen that video, it didn't disperse very well. Where the Randall's Candles one, I know they would have dispersed quite well. So if you can see, I've got little bits of the dye everywhere. So yeah, and I've got it on the lid too. So that's not good, especially if you're selling things, because bits of dye like that can stain your clothes. You don't want people, I mean, this could stain your clothes anyway, but a big lump like that coming out on somebody's clothes would definitely stain their clothes. Right, I'll give up that one. But it smells good. Give it another shake. So there we go. That's the baby powder with the Craftivator dye. Not that good. As you can see, that was just 2 drops. I could have got away with one in that. 2 drops of the Randall's Candles, and that's come out really red. So that's that one. Made a bit of a mess. We'll get on and try another one. Right, I'm down to 2 Randall's Candles liquid dyes. So I've got teal or red. So actually in this one, I'm not going to use a dye. I'm just going to use the natural coloured wax, put the fragrance in, and I'm going to mix a little glitter, see what happens to that. See if that mixes in any good. So we'll pour out 20 grams of the KeraSnow. There we go. Let me move my scales. I don't know whether I did I say it earlier on? Somebody asked me where I got my scales. This is, you see me then, hi. They're Salter ones, and they're the, let me just get the box. Phantom electronic scale. I think you can buy them most places in the UK. I think I couldn't remember when somebody asked me on the comments, but I think it was Tesco, I think, in the UK where I got those for like £20, I think. Right, what was I doing? So that's my wax, 20 grams. I'm going to be using vanilla anise. I haven't used this one yet. This is from Candle Shack. This is one of the new ones I got. My bargain fragrances I bought for £20. Now he wants to come in. He's been a right pain today. In and out, in and out. You'll have to wait while I've measured this out. Right, so we should pour that in. Right, now I'm going to put some glitter in. This is biodegradable glitter, so it might break down in there after a little while. We shall see what happens. Give it a good shake. Probably be a right disaster with the glitter, but let's see. Might make it look pretty. This is so easy for people that just want to make their own wax melts at home. There's no melting, you don't have to, and It's good for kids too because you're not using any heat. They can make their own wax melts as long as they use the fragrance oils carefully. I don't know whether this is going to be a success or not. It's worth a go. See what the glitter does. Alright, let's have a look. Doesn't look very nice. I don't know. That fragrance oil is quite yellowy. But carefully wipe around the sides. A little bit of a sparkle in there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I mean, I just put two little scoops in from this spatula. It's quite pretty actually. It's like glistening snow. Yeah, that's okay actually. It's not bad with the natural wax. That was the gold glitter. Probably well, coloured glitter as well probably look nice. So that's it with glitter. Just the natural wax and glitter. I think some of the glitter stuck to the lid. So that's that one. Right, in this one I'm going to use clean cotton from Candle Shack. And I'm going to use a teal dye from Randall's Candles. So this one should be okay because it's a lot thinner than the Craft-A-Lated one. And we'll just see if it mixes well again. Make sure it wasn't just a fluke with the other one. Measure like 20 grams. There we go. I don't think I've got 20 grams left, or I might have. Well, I'll just do this one anyway. I think 4 is quite enough. Right, I'll put in 1 drop this time, if I can. I might end up putting 2. Oh, see, look, yeah, 2. Never mind. 2 again. Alright, now I'm dropping my 1.5 grams of clean cotton. Oh, you're right messy today. Get a lid. Put it on, leave them before I break them. Sure it's on well, and I'll give it a shake. I say for this amount, 1 of the drops of dye would have been sufficient, unless you like it a dark colour. And in these pots you'd probably get at least 30 grams in there. I mean, I suppose you could put them in packets. I think I have seen people selling them in packets actually. And these pots are quite good though, as long as you sort of, if you're selling them, take them down to take the lid on a bit, or put a little secure it down properly, so it doesn't come apart in postage. You wouldn't want this everywhere in the box. And there we go. As you can see, that's mixed really well again. There might be a little bit in the bottom there. But it's mixed a lot better than the Craftivator one. I haven't got any powdered dye to show you. But I would have thought that would mix quite well. Well, it would mix quite well, I would have said. So any mica. Mica would be good in these. Mica powder. I don't tend to use mica powders, but you can use it in this. There. That's the clean cotton one. Right, and like I say, with the paraffin wax, you don't have to wait for it to cure, so these can be used straight away. So I'll go and get my wax burner, or one of them, and we'll test one of these out. Right, I've got my wax warmer on. I've lit the candle. I'm going to use this rhubarb and strawberry one. A little teaspoon. And I'm going to place a teaspoonful. I might put a bit more just so you can see better. Into the warmer. And we'll see how that melts. And I'll also tell you what the fragrance throws like. Right, this has been melting for over an hour now. And the fragrance throws quite good. I wouldn't say it's as good as the wax and that I use. But it isn't bad. It isn't bad. Like I say, it's a simple way of doing things. Do I like using it? I think I miss melting it down, and you can, you know, it's a bit boring, isn't it? At least you can make different shapes with your wax, your other wax. This you can't, but like I say, it's good and it's easy if, you know, if that's the type of thing that you want. I found out what the oleochemicals are. I looked online and it says oleochemicals are derived from naturally occurring fats and oils from animal and vegetable sources. Oleochemicals are present in hundreds of household items such as soap, laundry detergent and cosmetics. So I'm not sure if there's animal fats in this. It could just be vegetable. But you will have to be careful, especially if you're selling to people and people are vegan, because they won't want to use it if it has got animal fats in it. The best way would be to contact the makers of KeraSnow and find out that way. Like I say, I can't find it online, so I'm not sure whether it is animal or vegetable. So yeah, so that's that. And I will be trying all the others out, but obviously not today. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and it's sort of showed you a few little ideas you can do with the KeraSnow. Not a lot you can do, but I tried with glitter and dye. But so if you have enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you could subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye for now.